All right, so this is gonna be a treat today. So beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky today. Gonna head out, hop in the helicopter, fly over to the airport, get in the airplane, and we're gonna fly down to Louisville for a meeting. We're starting a new business and looking for some real estate. So we've been all over the place. We've been to Cleveland, Toledo, Indianapolis, Louisville today, and then probably Columbus, Ohio, and Cincinnati next week. So this is a great example of how general aviation can really have a profound impact on small businesses. So come along for the flight today. Should be fun. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. All right, guys, this is going to be a fun one today. So hopped in the helicopter. We are going to head to Louisville, Kentucky, but we're not taking the helicopter. We're going to take the airplane today, and I decided it's a beautiful day out, not a cloud in the sky, no wind at all. My pond is just complete glass right now. So we're going to fly over to the airport. We're going to meet my buddy Scott, hop in the airplane, fly to Louisville, go see a couple of locations for a new business that we're getting going, and fly back home. So come along for the ride. We've got plenty of open seats. Excited to have you on board. Should be fun. It'll be a great day today. Certainly a good day to fly. All right, dogs are nowhere to be found, so that's good. And slowly start to pick up on the collective. I'll feel the helicopter kind of getting light in the skids. All right, good pickup. Gonna scoot over here to the grassy area and then just do a quick hover check. So we'll do a quick pedal turn to north here. Oh, there, I see the dogs down there. And everything's in the green, no lights, no warnings. All right, gonna go ahead and pull the collective up. So we'll make sure we're clear of the pool pavilion and nose forward.
Alright, information Mike 11542 is at observation. Wind 120 visibility 10, few clouds 25,000, temperature 9er, dew point 5, altimeter 3014. Visual approach runway 14 in use. Since airman Fort Wayne Fort TAC is out of service. Aircraft inbound overflying Fort Wayne, contact approach on 127.2. Advise on initial contact, give information Mike. Fort Wayne Terry. Weather observation. Wind 120 visibility 10, few.
Fort Wayne Tower, helicopter 357 Echo Bravo.
Helicopter 357 Echo Bravo, Fort Wayne.
And we're 11 miles to the northwest, inbound for landing Fort Wayne. We got information, Mike.
Helicopter 357 Echo Bravo, squawk 4611.
4611 Echo Bravo. And we'll be parking at the Aero Center.
Helicopter 357 Echo Bravo, did you want to land directly at the Aero Center at the west ramp or runway 14?
Well, we'll kind of come in on 14 if that's okay, and then over to the Aero Center, since we're coming from this direction.
Radar contact, 8 miles northwest of Fort Wayne Airport. Fort Wayne altimeter 3014. Make straight in for runway 14 and say altitude.
3014 on the altimeter and about 1450 in the altitude.
37 Echo Bravo, roger.
And straight in on 14 for Echo Bravo. All right, so took off. It's about, call it 11 to 12 nautical miles as the crow flies, like I say, from my house to the airport. It's about a 7 or 8 minute flight to the airport. Normally that's about a 25-minute drive. So it's definitely a time saver. However, you have to calculate in the time of pulling the helicopter out. You know, we're doing the pre-flight check, pull the helicopter out, warm the helicopter up, do all the checks on the helicopter, and then take off. So I've actually timed this before, and it only saves probably about 4 or 5 minutes. But it's way more fun, number one. Number two, it's a beautiful day, so why not take advantage of the day? Aviation is by far my passion, so why not take advantage of the day and be able to make it all about aviation today. So glad to have you along. If you can see, just a beautiful, beautiful day. We'll get some video of the flight also, so you can see that and just kind of document the day. If you watch these videos and you've ever thought to yourself, man, I would love to learn to fly, I have a lot of people tell me that, either from the videos or just people to know that I'm a pilot. And I always tell people, I encourage them. I mean, it's a long passion of mine. I've been a pilot for 26 years. You know, I don't remember really what really got me into or interested in this. I didn't have anybody in my family that was a pilot. But it's just something that I've loved for a long, long time. And I've been able to leverage it from a business perspective. So today we're doing that. So today we're going to, again, go to the Fort Wayne Airport, get in the airplane, fly down to Louisville, Kentucky, look at a couple of buildings, and then come back. And the flight from Fort Wayne to Louisville is about 50 minutes, maybe an hour. And that drive is about 4 hours. So it'd be about an 8-hour drive round trip versus, call it 2 hours round trip in the airplane. So it's a significant time saver. It makes the world a lot smaller place, for sure, from a business perspective. You know, leveraging general aviation is truly a game changer. So we're going to come in here to Fort Wayne. We're going to come in on runway 14, and then just go over to the west ramp and park the helicopter. And my buddy and new business partner Scott should be there. We'll get our day underway. So again, thanks so much for watching the videos. Love having you along for the flights. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. One thing that is certainly true is I am more than happy to always talk aviation and share my thoughts and my experience. I don't claim to have all the answers by any stretch of the imagination, but more than happy to share what I've learned over the years. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments. And right now is it's the perfect day to fly a helicopter. I mean, literally there's virtually no wind. Every pond that I fly over is just a sheet of glass. There's even a little bit of mist over in the air, kind of hanging low. So there's just no wind at all. It's just super, super smooth up here. There's really no better way to see, you know, what's on the earth and what's on the ground than flying in a helicopter. We're about 600 feet off the ground right now. Just flew over Lutheran Hospital. And the airport is just in front of us, about 4 miles. I can see the runway here, so we're going to come in and again, come down runway 14, even though we're not really using the runway to land, and then make a right turn over to the Fort Wayne Aero Center and park at the FBO. Hey Tower, it's Echo Bravo. If you're okay with it, I'll just kind of head to the right here and come in from the southwest to the ramp. Is that okay for Echo Bravo?
Echo Bravo, approved as requested. Proceed direct to the west ramp. Just remain north of runway 23. Traffic is a diamond departing.
Yep, we'll go. We'll stay away from the runway, Echo Bravo.
Helicopter 7 Echo Bravo, are you familiar with West Ramp?
Yep, Echo Bravo.
Roger, you just taking a look at stuff over there before you head to the West Ramp?
Well, I kind of headed south, and then I realized I was going to fly low over a couple buildings, so I made a slight turn.
Okay, no problem. Time 0 Delta Charlie, runway 23, clear for the option.
Runway 23, clear for the option, 0 Delta Charlie. told Scott that I would be here at 8:15 and it's 8:16 right now, so pretty good. I do just want to acknowledge here in the video that this is the craziest fucking thing ever. That here I am, I just landed my helicopter at the airport next to the plane I'm going to hop in and fly away for a meeting. Who would have ever fucking thought when I was a kid that I would be doing something? I mean, it's just, it's insane. I mean, it's totally insane. All right, signing off for the helicopter for now. Going to get everything shut down and hop in the airplane, and we'll see you back in a minute. All right, I was doing a video on the way over here, so we're documenting our use of general aviation for a business trip today. So we got Scott in the back. They can see you on this camera. Give him a wave, Scott. Scott likes to sit in the back, and I'm the Uber driver, apparently, on all these flights. So heading to Louisville to check out a couple buildings for our new venture. What do you think?
Awesome.
It's going to be a smooth flight. It'll be much more smooth than that flight that we took about a month and a half ago to New York. You can tell the people that are watching what you think of that.
What I would think is I just want to get up in the air, get on the ground, and be...
No, but how was the flight into Essex County, New Jersey?
Sucked. It was terrible.
It was literally the worst turbulence I've ever been in 26 years of flying. Like, it was bad.
It's supposed to be a video trying to motivate people to encourage them to use a plane. I wouldn't encourage someone to use a plane after that.
The worst part was it was an angel flight, and we're taking a young 10-year-old boy who has cancer and his 5-year-old sister and the mom, and we land and Scott looks back and the girl's just sobbing, terrified. Awful. It was awful.
What makes it almost like Seinfeld hilarious is every time we go into a private airport, I see a promo with that kid's face on it.
4-Wind Tower, Malibu 188 Kilo Charlie, ready for departure, runway 23 Charlie 2.
Malibu 188 Kilo Charlie, 4-Wind Tower, roger. Malibu 188 Kilo Charlie, fly runway heading, runway 23 at Charlie 2, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading 23 Charlie 2, clear for takeoff, 8 Kilo Charlie.
Is it 835, contact departure today.
Over contact today, go to 835.
So me in the public just know I'm totally woke and
Alright. What's that? Say that again?
It said if this video gets out, I'm totally woke and I do things for our 100 genders. Are the problem.
That's actually staying in the video. Alright. We're using the airplane the same way we used the airplane at Aptera, which was our software company. And I'm just curious from your perspective, and especially because you worked at a company before Aptera also where, well, you had a jet that you could fly around in. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about in this video was the advantage and the benefit of general aviation to business. So I'm just curious if you could give your perspective as the non-pilot, the person that's responsible for executing and doing things in the business, but having at your disposal the ability to hop in a plane and go somewhere.
Malibu 8 Kilo Charlie, contact Indy Center 124.52.
124.52, 8 Kilo Charlie. Sorry, 1 second. Indy Center Malibu 188 Kilo Charlie is with you, flying through 6,500 for 10.
Number 188 Kilo Charlie, Center Roger. You said you climbed at 10?
Yeah, they cleared us to 10 so far.
Number 8 Kilo Charlie, Center Roger. Climb and maintain 16,000, Indy altimeter 3011.
3011, 16,000, 8 Kilo Charlie. Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, to me it's we obviously I never personally did an ROI on it, but I think it was
North Country 100
obvious.
contact, Indy Center
Can I stop every time someone
119.55.
talks?
No, that's fine. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay. So yeah, the obvious is at Aptera we built a pretty good portfolio in Nashville, and I don't think that would have been possible without the ability to go there as frequently as we could, or really on a request from a client to have an impromptu meeting, which a lot of those impromptu meetings were some of the most. If we had to wait to book a commercial flight or allowed any time to progress without having those meetings, it might have started to erode the relationship. And so that sounds crazy, but when a lot of these companies that are our competitors in, for example, are in the Nashville area, they are using the idea that they're there as an advantage over us. So if at any point it seems like that's true, then I believe it would take it would have eroded it a little bit. And then just, had the idea of, to me, truly being able to prospect the United States rather than just being relegated to the area that we live in. I think that in and of itself just creates more abundance and, again, makes the ROI on having a plane
Number 4534 vicinity of the Snake Fish 2 arrival, landing southwest.
Even in our
Indy
scenario now that we're not
3011.
lifting the top off on
301
yet,
on
it's
the altimeter,
been obviously an advantage. Level.
Oh,
from my
yeah, well,
perspective.
I think back in the Aptera days, from my perspective, being able to get there, I would always say this is all Zoom, right? Pre-COVID, but I always said that if our competition is doing conference calls and we're willing to be there face to face, we'll win. And to your point, being able to just be extremely responsive to our customers and our clients, that makes a statement, I think, to them about us, for sure. And then I think there's also a piece of it too that's the lifestyle of the employee too, right? So the ability to go to, say in this example, Nashville, and be down there all day for meetings, and then be back home, and you're at home for dinner with your family, and you're sleeping in your own bed. I thought was always a game changer.
Sure.
And then the business that we're getting ready to start now too, strategically we put a map together of where we would be looking for locations for this business. It's a franchise, and strategically it was, I want to be able to fly there from Fort Wayne within 30 to 40 minutes. And the idea was that if we have to be in the office or in the facility, from my front door or your front door, drive to the airport, get in the plane, get in a car, go to the facility, we can be there in, say, an hour and 15 minutes. That's pretty reasonable, pretty responsive, I would say.
Yeah. I would argue in the Zoom world, post-COVID world, it's even more valuable because even companies or employees within the city they live in, they don't want to come to the office. So
4094.
if we're willing to fly there and come in, I actually think it shows more value or shows more commitment to the partnership.
That's super interesting. I never thought about that, but that's a great point. When people are in the same town and don't want to leave their house and get face to face with somebody, the fact that we would be willing to do it over a longer distance, to your point, really says something. That's awesome. But it doesn't compare to the jet that you used to fly in.
Oh, or the jet he's flying in now. How quickly would we have gotten to Louisville in his jet? Do you know?
Honestly, it's going to be, let's call it an hour to Louisville and the Malibu. It would probably be 40 minutes, maybe. So it's a time saver, but not, the farther you go, the more advantageous it becomes, right? So for example, there's a friend of mine that you know, a super successful business person where we live that has a really, really big jet. And that jet is amazing if you're going to do, long cross countries, Fort Wayne to Florida, Fort Wayne to LA, Fort Wayne to Europe, right? I mean, it's an amazing time machine. But using that to go to, say, Chicago or Columbus, Ohio, is just, it's really overkill. You're not saving that much time as opposed to a much smaller airplane. Alright, sorry about that.
That came down way faster than usual.
Number 8 kilo.
Yeah, we were a little high.
Turn end of a runway. Contact ground went off. Have a good day.
Left turn and ground went off, 8 Kilo Charlie. Yeah, we were a little high on that. That was my fault. Actually, the issue was I didn't hit the approach button on the autopilot. I was looking at the runway, and then I realized we were high, so I started correcting, and then it had to kind of dive bomb down a little bit. All right, all set. Back in the airplane, it is 12:26 in Louisville. We went and visited how many places? 3 or 4? 4?
So far?
No, here in Louisville.
Oh, 3.
Yeah, visited 3 places. Got some lunch for Scott. Got a coffee for me. So been on the ground for a little while. I think we got here about. What time did we get here?
10 o'clock.
Be like.
We got here at
like
10.
9:45. Yeah, because we got picked up at 10.
Sky clear, temperature 21, 2.7. Altimeter 3014. Runway 15 in use, expect visual approach. NOTAMs, crane obstruction 3.3 nautical miles northeast Bowman Airport, 365 feet AGL, flagged and lit. Hazardous weather information for Kentucky and surrounding areas available on flight service frequencies. All aircraft read back, hold short instructions and sign altitudes. Advise on initial contact, draft information, X-ray.
Bowman clearance, Malibu 188 Kilo Charlie, pick up our for clearance to Fort Worth, Indiana.
November 188 Kilo Charlie, Bowman clearance. The clearance is going to have an amendment to the route, so you might have to write down a couple things. Are you still ready?
Yep, no problem, ready to go.
All right, 8 Kilo Charlie, Roger, clear to Foxtrot Whiskey Alpha Airport. Expect radar vectors to India uniform. Victor 53, strep, then direct. Maintain 2,500. Expect 15,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is Louisville departure 132.07, squawk 4047.
Okay, radar vectors to India uniform, then Victor 53, 2,500. Expect 15,000, 10 minutes after, 13207 on departure, 4047 on the squawk.
November 8 Kilo Charlie. After that, Victor 23, it's going to be strep, Sierra Tango, Romeo Echo Papa, and then direct. Rest to read back correct.
All right, so India uniform, Victor 53, then strep, then direct for 8 Kilo Charlie.
November 8 Kilo Charlie. Are you familiar with the Air Devil departure?
I'm not.
November 8 Kilo Charlie, the Air Devil departure just states that within 1.5 miles of Bowman Airport, you turn to the heading assigned by Bowman Tower. Maintain VFR at or below 2,500. Expect IFR activation and climb within 10 minutes. You don't have to read that back. It's just a way to expedite your departure with the Stanford traffic. If you can accept that, can you just let me know?
Yep, sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right, 8 Kilo Charlie, Roger. Just contact ground with the ATIS when you're ready to taxi.
We'll go 8 Kilo Charlie. Bowman ground, Malibu 188 Kilo Charlie is ready to taxi from the ramp at Louisville Executive.
Malibu 188 Kilo Charlie, Bowman ground. Just verify you have information X-ray.
I got information X-ray from 8 Kilo Charlie.
Malibu 8 Kilo Charlie, runway 15, taxi via Alpha Bravo, across runway 24 Bravo.
Okay, runway 15, Alpha Bravo, cross 24 Bravo, 8 Kilo Charlie.
And Bowman clearance at King 979, Romeo Charlie, information X-ray, instruments Sierra, Oscar Papa.
Bowman Tower, Malibu 188 Kilo Charlie is ready to go, runway 15 at Bravo.
Malibu 188 Kilo Charlie, Bowman Tower, turn left heading 090, runway 15, clear for takeoff.
Left heading 090, clear for takeoff, 8 Kilo Charlie. All right, ready to go?
Yep.
Wind 110 at Niner, gust 14.
Airspeed's live. All right, it is 1:39 or 1:38. Landed back in Fort Wayne. I think we left, I'll have to look and see, I think we left Fort Wayne around 8:30 maybe?
Tiger 1-1, roger.
Point Tower, helicopter 357 Echo Bravo, we're over at Aero, ready to go.
In case calling for takeoff, standby. Helicopter calling, say again your call sign and request.
Yep, it's November 357 Echo Bravo, we're at Aero and gonna head to the north west towards like SDI.
Helicopter 357 Echo Bravo, Fort Wayne Tower, departure from the west ramp will be at your own risk, wind 1308, gust 17, and remain west of the runway 14 center line for a diamond traffic on final runway 14.
Okay, we'll remain west of the 14 center line for traffic, and then how about squawk code for you?
And helicopter 357 Echo Bravo, standby for squawk. And helicopter 7 Echo Bravo, squawk 6560.
6560 for Echo Bravo.
And helicopter, you said you just want to overfly the Aero Center to the west?
That's affirmative.
And helicopter 7 Echo Bravo, departure from the west ramp, be at your own risk, wind 120 at 7, remain west of runway 23 center line for departure off runway 23, and southwest of runway 14 center line for an arrival on final runway 14.
All right, we'll stay southwest of the center lines for Echo Bravo, sorry, wrong tail number. All right, let's get everything shut down here. So it is 2:09 p.m. I left my house this morning at probably 7:50 a.m., right? So there's that 6 hours, called 6.5 hours of total time. And that would have been an 8-hour drive. Plus we were on the ground for, I think, like 2.5 hours. Or so that would have been a pretty significant time difference in the flight. So I felt a little bougie doing this trip, leaving my house in the helicopter for the airport and then back. Again, the helicopter to the airport and back really doesn't save all that much time, maybe 5 minutes on both sides, 10 minutes total. But it was a beautiful, beautiful morning to fly, so that's why I wanted to go and take the helicopter over there. Yeah, but it's, again, great aviation day. Got some hours in the plane, got some time in the helicopter, and super glad that you guys could ride along. Again, if you have any questions at all, feel free to put them in the comments. Happy to answer questions. I just appreciate you watching the videos, and hopefully you enjoy watching the videos as much as I enjoy watching flying videos, and certainly as much as I enjoy flying in the videos. So aviation, like I said, is my passion, and I'm glad that I can share it with you guys in this way, even if it's not actually having you go along for a ride with me. Watching the videos is kind of like you're going along for a ride with me. So thanks so much, have a great day, and make it a great weekend.